Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am here to give you Micah's 4-month update. I know it's been a while since my last monthly update video, and that's just because I switched up how I was doing things. My past monthly update videos kind of didn't make sense because I was doing them when he had just turned that month. So basically the monthly update was the month before. So like for instance, his 2-month update was everything he had done in the month leading up to the 2-month. I don't know if I'm making sense at all, but basically I'm gonna do it the right way now, or the way that I feel like makes more sense. So he is now like 5.5-ish months old. So I'm going to give you his 4-month update of the things that happened when he was actually 4 months old. So now that I've gave you a super long rambly intro, let's just go ahead and get into it. And yes, he is down here playing. Just watching me film. It's gonna be interesting for me to actually look back on some of these things that I wrote down on my phone because I just feel like they changed so much at these ages. Anyway, so the first thing I put on here was that naps are easier and that he puts himself to sleep and he's not dependent on his passy. So he completely stopped taking his pacifier. He was going back and forth switching between the Nook passy and the Dr. Brown's passy. Now he wants nothing to do with either of those, and he literally does just put himself to sleep in his bed, which is incredible to me, honestly. Like, he will chew on his fingers, so he might end up being like a thumb sucker or something, but he is not dependent on his passy anymore. He wants nothing to do with it. And naps are easier in the sense that we can put him in his bed around certain times. It can be like an hour and a half after he's been awake. He's usually ready for another nap, and we can kind of pay attention to when he's getting fussier and like what time it is, and just kind of know when it's time for his next nap, and we can put him down and he goes to sleep on his own, which is great. During this month, he started to really grab things and put them in his mouth. He was like way more intentional about what he was grabbing and putting in his mouth. Like, he saw a toy and he goes, I want that, grabs it and puts it in his mouth. So it's like he has a lot more control of his hands, and he definitely knows what he's doing. So that's been fun to see, and he's getting better at like holding on to things. So that's been fun in a sense where we can actually like hand him a toy and he can take it and hold on to it and play with it. I wrote that he loves the fan in his face. So I have this little stroller fan. I think we've used it on the actual stroller like once. So the stroller fan is actually like inside our house. My daughter actually figured out that it can calm him down when he's upset. So she would like turn the fan on and like put it in his face, and he'd be like, whoa. I think I might actually insert a clip of that because it's super cute. Pick a movie. I'll pick you. But he loves it. He loves having the fan in his face and just like air. Like if we're outside and it's a little bit breezy, he loves it. He loves when you blow in his face. Like, he's just obsessed. He loves like wind and air in his face. I put down that he's rolling more. I actually don't remember how much more he was rolling this month versus now. So I'm just gonna leave it as he's rolling more. And I know that by this point he could roll both directions. So he was probably rolling about the same as he is now, just maybe like a little bit slower. I put that he was laughing, little giggles. Again, don't know what it was like compared to now. I need to stop waiting so long to film these updates, but I did put that he was starting to giggle more, which is so cute. Like, regardless of how it is now versus then, I know it was still super cute then. And that's like one of those milestones that I really, really love, is the laughing. I'm always looking forward to when babies start like belly laughing. We're still not there yet with like the full-on belly laughing, but it's just so cute hearing those little giggles, huh? Okay, so it's funny because I put on the top of the list that his naps are easier. Further down the list, I put that he's starting to skip more naps. And I think at this point in time, naps in public were getting a lot harder. He was getting too used to his bed. Napping in his bed was going really well. And so when we started going out again, he didn't want to nap anymore in public. So those naps, like whatever time frame we were out in, would just be skipped. And sometimes that would go well, sometimes that wouldn't. Sometimes he'd be extremely fussy for skipping a nap nap. But I feel like most of the time he did okay, and he just took a longer nap when we got home. But yeah, he's starting to be more aware of his surroundings and what's going on around him. So he just doesn't want to miss anything. So he doesn't want to nap in public anymore. And it seems like whenever he does nap in public, the naps are way shorter, like 15 minutes or less short. Okay, so I put that his favorite toy is the doggy. So I guess that was his favorite toy at the time, and I actually have it right here. He still does like it. So it's this toy, and it has like a bunch of different textures on it, and it has like a bunch of different teething options. I think this, yeah, this is just so it can hang on something, which we do utilize all the time with like his various things. And it has like these little beads in here, crinkles in it, which he loves anything that crinkles, especially when he was 4 months. So that was his favorite toy. He started to play in his Bronco. I'm gonna turn the camera and show you the Bronco, and then I probably have a few clips that I can show of him playing in it. This is his Bronco. It's basically like a walker. It can raise up as he gets older, because right now it's like fully on the ground, so he can like sit in it. And the horn will like beep and play music. And then there's a couple other like gadgets. He can like pull the lever back and forth, twist the key, things like that. So he's starting to really get into that. I put that he eats his toes. He really started doing that a lot when he was 4 months old. It really entertains him, like in the car and stuff. When he doesn't want to nap, he'll just like eat his toes. Okay, so I put that he wakes up once or he sleeps through the night. Definitely at that time, he was sleeping through the night a lot more than he wasn't. And he would wake up once occasionally and we'd feed him and he'd go right back to sleep. But the sleeping through the night thing was top notch. So he was eating 6 ounces consistently at this time. I don't think that ever really fluctuated. It was always 6 ounces. At this point, he could wear some 9 months clothing, but most of the time he was wearing 6 month clothing. I put that he was a crazy eater. He just wants to play and like roll around instead of eating his bottle. So like it took him forever to eat his bottle because he just wanted to look at everything and play, spit out his food, and it just wasn't it. So it got a lot harder to feed him his bottle. He did go to his 4 month doctor's appointment, and at that point he was 15.8 pounds. So basically almost 16 pounds. And at this point, this is when his first tooth came in. He got his bottom tooth. Okay, and I did put at the end of this list that he started consistently eating 8 ounces just before he turned 5 months, and that did change. So it's not consistently at 8 ounces still, but at this point he was starting to up it to 8 ounces. So I feel like that change is coming soon. But yeah, that's everything. I feel like a lot happened this month. I'm really excited to see what else happens now that he's 5 months old. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful if you also have a 4 month old or about to have a 4 month old, or maybe it was fun for you to look back on it and compare when you did have a 4 month old. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.